Hi. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Steph. I am from Melbourne, and next year I'm planning on walking from Docklands in Melbourne to Darling Harbour in Sydney. And I'm doing this because I want to raise awareness and funding to help with suicide prevention here in Australia. Um, my inspiration personally was a recent trip. My partner and I recently went up to the Northern Territory, and we did that in 2 weeks. We went to Darwin and back driving. We managed to see Uluru, we managed to see Catherine Gorge, we managed to do a lot in that period of time. And a lot of people kept on saying to us while we were doing that that they couldn't believe that we were doing that. They couldn't believe what we were doing. And I just thought to myself, really, we don't have a lot of money. We did it really on a whim. We just went for it. We got in a car, we drove, we went there, we went back, we made it. And I realised that every everyday person is capable of doing something extraordinary if they just put their mind to it. We're all ordinary, but we can all choose to do something extraordinary. And that's where this idea came from. Last year, I was hospitalised for depression. Um, I hung myself while I was in hospital. It was about my third night in there. And unfortunately, the staff didn't notice in time. I ended up in a coma for several days. They had to put me in an MRI machine while I was unconscious. And my partner and my partner's family didn't know what effect that had on my brain and my brain functioning because I had swelling to my brain and to my brain stem from the strangulation. I have never been that depressed in my life. I've suffered from depression from a very young age, but I've certainly never been in such a state before. And I realised that if I didn't really focus on throwing myself into trying to get better, I was heading down a dark and very dangerous road, and I was going to hurt people more than I already had. Um, Now, my personal experience then obviously also has inspired me to do this. And I hope that it can inspire people who are suffering from depression to realise that you can get through it, you can keep fighting, you can do good things, you can have a job, you can finish degrees, you can do many things despite the barriers that are facing you. Um, I'm also a very obese woman. I have had back surgery. I had quarter equina syndrome, and I had surgery several years ago. They didn't know if I'd be able to walk because of it. So along with that and epilepsy, have a lot of obstacles ahead. But I'm very determined to do this, and I'm going to do this. And I need your support though. I need support from other people. And I hope that at the very least, I'm able to inspire some other people to realise that whether you are suffering from depression or whether you have a chronic illness, you can still push yourself and do things that surprise yourself. And I hope that there's other people who get inspired by this journey. Thank you very much.